Here, man. What's up? What's up, man? What's the deal? It's Friday morning. We in here. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? Friday morning, man. We here. It's another beautiful day, man, that we just get to enjoy life and just do what we know we coming to do, man. Yeah. What's up with it? TBC Jeezy, what's up, homie? How you feeling, man? Yeah. Who we got coming in over here on Facebook and YouTube, man? Y'all let me know who coming in, man. What's going on? It's a beautiful morning, man. We here early morning motivation, 7 o'clock in the morning, man. It's going down. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? We finna just, we fix it. Hey, listen, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, man. Listen, I don't know where you at with your belief system and all of that. But I'm going to let you know right here, coming up in here, you feel me? You're going to have to be able to actually think outside of the natural. You got to be able to think in the supernatural, because before anything manifests in the natural, it got to manifest in the spirit. You feel me? And so we got, before you even much come in here, man, we got this what we own, man, because I truly believe and know with every fiber in my body, because I've experienced it myself, that the Creator has placed a gift and a talent inside of every one of us, man, in hopes that one day we'll find that gift, cultivate it, master it, then find the need in the earth to go give it to, man, and become great and do something amazing in the world. I believe that with every fiber in me. And I found it. And when you start finding it and truly start understanding what it is, how it works, how it operates, how it's to be used, all the game changes. Because then you start realizing that, you know what? Hold up. You start realizing that, wow, I got something, and depending on how I use it and how much of it I use can actually determine the trajectory on my life and the lineage on my family life. Imagine that, man. Imagine that. Just listen, real quick. Just think and just imagine that the Creator has already placed something inside of you, right? Unique to you, that when you find it, you can actually, like, so that's like a person knowing that they love basketball, right? And they pretty good at it. So what do? They go and cultivate it. They get in the gym and they practice and they cultivate. Then next thing you know, they good. So it's almost like they mastering their craft, right? And so once you master your craft, now you're able to go out and find a need in the earth. Do you realize that entertainment is a need? People need entertainment. That's why they go and pay good money for it. That's why they will go and buy a jersey of a certain player for a certain amount of dollars, because they believe in that, right? They believe in that brand. Do you realize that you are a brand? The Creator made you a brand. He made you uniquely to yourself. You are a brand. And depending on your gift and your talent that the Creator has placed inside of you, depending on that, right? And you actually cultivating and mastering and figuring out what it is that you got that is unique to you, right? Some stuff people got, other people go pay thousands and thousands of dollars to learn how to do, because they know that this service, once provided in a good way, can bring a good income of service back in, right? So listen, man, I was sitting here thinking, and I try to break this down to like the simplest form that I possibly can, right? But God already knew that you were gonna have to live on this earth. He knew the different needs and things that you was gonna need. He knew the different needs that other people was gonna need. So he placed something inside of each one of us that can help meet other needs of other people, where other people are supposed to find and cultivate what's inside of them so they can start meeting the needs of other people, right? But your gift is given to you so you can be sustained on the earth. You can live an abundant life on this earth, because I can guarantee you, once you figure out what you got, and you figure it out, and you really, really figure it out, and you go hard with it, it's not a whole lot people can do to stop you from being who the Creator has called you to be. It's not. It's not a lot of people can do, man. Because you got to understand, when you're operating in your gift, it's almost like you riding passenger seat and letting the Lord work through you. Because if that's the gift that he gave you, right, and he's operating through you in your gift, all you doing is just giving him the body to rightly operate on the earth. That's all you doing. You making yourself available. It ain't nothing you really doing. You just making yourself available. That's why he say, listen, I'm not looking for the call. I'm not worried about the people that's qualified. I'm looking for people that's available. Make yourself available, and I'm gonna call you. Straight like that, man. Just make yourself available. That's all he's looking for, availability. And so once we start learning that it's the process, right? It's the process that we got to go through that gets us to where we got to get to. You start learning that, hey, I get it. Because as I'm going on this process day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, decade by decade, I'm continually learning, and I'm understanding what all of this is going on and how this work and how this do that. And you understand, and you continually gain wisdom and knowledge. And the older you get, I would hope we start using, listen, I'm not going to even lie. I'm 43 years old, and it's still a whole lot that I have to learn. It's still a whole lot that I have to understand in this life. But I can guarantee you one thing. In these 43 years, I done learned enough to sustain me on this earth. It might not come as fast as I felt like it should or wanted to, but I can guarantee you when it do come, I'm going to be able to know what to do with it. I'm going to be able to move it around. I'm going to be able to hold it when I need to hold it. And I'm going to give it when I give it. But I am going to be more at a sound mind and able to operate and do what I need to do when I get, because see, if I would have got it all back there, I would have blew it and lost it. I would have, listen, man, every man and woman comes to a point in their life where they say that we mature, right? We mature. And once you mature, you start understanding that it's the process that we got to go through. It's the process that we got to go through. And once you start understanding that it's the process that you go through, it's the process, man. And everything is a process, and you have to start learning and understanding that you got to trust the process. You got to trust the process, because see, here's the thing, right? A lot of times we may be going through something that we don't necessarily need for 2-3 years. But in year 4, right, depending on how we went through that thing, when year 4 hit and that situation come up that the Lord was training and grooming us for, and then we run into it, depending on the situation, we can be in a room full of people and we could be the only one that went through it, right? And we go through it again, and we go through it seamlessly because we already went through that experience and we learned and we gained knowledge from it, right? But it's all still a part of the process. It's all still a part of the process, because at the end of the day, right, as you're going through and you're learning, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining wisdom, you're getting all of this stuff, right? But in some of that, we hit pitfalls. We hit red tape. We hit closed doors. We hit jealousy. We hit all kind of stuff that hits us negatively. And a lot of times when it do, depending on how it hit us, when it hit us, and the time frame that it hit us in, sometimes we might quit. We might give up. We stop. Not realizing that when we just keep on walking, just keep on going, keep on, go through the process, we realize that everything that we need to learn, everything that we have learned, and everything that we are learning is only a guide and a roadmap to continually get us through this journey that we all call life, right? And sometimes we like to just sit back and chill and really do nothing and become dependent on other people and get comfortable and let them. And then when it's time for us to go and do X, Y, Z, we freeze up. That's why I try to tell a lot of these parents, man, listen, hard times make strong people. Easy times make weak people. So many of us had it so hard that we'd have made it easy for them. And a lot of them are entitled now, and you got to do this, and they getting attitudes. And think about if you'd have did that with your mama or your grandma. You feel me? Because they ain't play that. Like you finna do this X, Y. You feel me? And so we kind of got away from that because, oh man, I went through all this. I don't want them to have to go through none of that. Woo-woo. But okay, listen, here's the thing. This is what you got to understand. We need to let them go through some of that because guess what happens? What happens if they run into something out there and we not around them? And they got to run into it anyway because they going to have to. They're going to have to, right? So what happens then? They on the phone trying to call you and you trying to explain to them, but they don't get it. They visual learners. They got to see it. And we got to think about all of that, man. We got to think about all of that. And that's just like with us in life, man. We got to go through the hard stuff. We got to go through the pitfalls. We got to go through the red tape, the closed doors, the no's. You know what I'm saying? The letdowns, the discouragements, all of that. Because one thing I know what that word say. Get what that word say. All things work together for good. I'm finna help somebody right here. So here's the thing, right? You got to understand that the enemy don't like you one way or another. He hates your guts, right? But the thing about it is, he's so supposed to be smart, he's dumb, right? Because the enemy is going to always, no matter what, he's going to always hit you at your weaknesses. You hear me? He's going to always try to hit you at your weaknesses. Okay, financially, if you just not there and you ain't got it like it, he going to hit you in your finances, right? Marriage going to be thriving. Everything going to be looking good. Relationally, all that, but your money going to be looking funny, right? But then you might have all the money in the world looking good. Bank account fat, right? But your wife tripping, kids tripping, everything around you, you feel me? And it's like, golly, man, but then you got to start realizing that, hey, listen, okay, I get it. So he going to hit all the places that I'm weak at, right? Being that I know that, and I know that he going to want to hit at all the places that I'm weak at, so guess what I'm going to do? Wherever he hit me at, I'm fixing to start putting some focus on that area. I'm fixing to start seeing what my blind spots at. What can I do to strengthen myself in this area and do what I need to do to get ahead of the game? Because I see evidently if I'm slipping in this area and the enemy hit me here, this is a weakness for me, right? So boom, you shaping that part up. Then he hit you somewhere else. And then you start working to do what you got to do to strengthen that side. Boom, he hit you something else. Not realizing that, okay, you exposing all of my weaknesses, but the Bible say all things work together for good for those who love God that are called according to his purpose. So if the enemy hitting you everywhere that you weak at and you start looking and you start strengthening and putting something over that spot, all he doing is showing you your weak spot so you can strengthen yourself up so you can continually move on the journey. And you just got to recognize that. Don't start getting discouraged and mad and hurt because you're getting hit in this area. Okay, you're getting hit in this area. Why are you getting hit in this area? What are things that you can do to help sharpen? And listen, don't nobody know you better than you. Yeah, we can play the games and we can do it. Nobody knows you better than you, man. And you know what you got to do, when you got to do it, how you got to do it, why you got to do it. You know, man. You feel me? And you got to be real with yourself, man. And you got to be real with the people around you. And sometimes if you feel like you can't just be real and open and honest with people, them not the people you need to be around, man. You got to be with people that you can really open up and talk to, man, because this stuff get heavy, bro. It get heavy, man. So you got to have people around you that you can really just relate to and talk to and let this stuff out, man, because it can get you sick. But I can guarantee you, when you start to learn and let it out and get knowledge and wisdom from different people, it's going to take you farther fast. Like I told y'all yesterday, man, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, you got to go with other people, man. And y'all got to find y'all strengths and y'all weaknesses with each other. And y'all got to collab. And y'all got to put the plan together, because teamwork make the dream work, man. And if you ain't got a team around you that's willing to push you, even when you at 100, say, man, I think you can go 120. But if you got people around you and you going 100, they're like, hey, man, that's all you want to do. Like, every time you, like, my nigga, listen, hey, listen, bro, please, let's go, man. You got to understand, like, you got to be able to understand, like, you're not doing nothing out of selfish ambition. I hope you're not. Because, listen, the gift and the talent that the Creator has placed inside of you to do a great work in the world, I can guarantee you, it got a bunch of people's lives attached to it, man. Your gift is really attached to somebody else's need, and you're supposed to cultivate and master it and go find the need in the earth that can help that person and do the things you need to do to help them come along. You feel me? And a lot of times we see so many needs in the earth is because so many people sitting on their gift. So many people sitting on their gift. But guess what? Closing the dream, man. We fixing to go. Hey, we fixing to explore again. We finna dream again. Hey, I'm fixing to show people, listen, it doesn't matter where you come from. The only thing that truly matters is, what do you believe that the Creator has placed inside of you to go and do a great work? If first and foremost, you got to believe it's in there. You got to believe it's in there. Then once you believe it's in there, you got to put in the work to start figuring out how to get it out. Right? And once you start figuring out how to get it out, guess what? The Lord said, okay, now they're walking towards it. Because it's almost like, if I can give you an analogy, right? And just go with me here, please. Just entertain me for a second. So this is the analogy that I look at it, right? So say you see you see something and it's like, man, I wonder what that is. And you always see it, but you just kind of walk past it and you just never, mess with it. That's like people who know they're good at something, but not really understanding that this is a gift that the Creator has gave them. So they're not really just cultivating it and really just dealing with it. They just use it every now and then when they need it, because they're pretty good at it and they can make a little money off of it, right? And then one day you walk up to that thing, and when you see it, it got your name on it. When you open it, it got instructions on what it is, how it works, how you use it, everything, right? And then you start realizing that, OMG, I already like to do that. I'm already good at that. And boom, it take off for you. It take off for you. So that's what we're doing here, man. I want you to believe that whatever you feel like the Creator is calling you to do, you can do it, man. You can do it. So many times and for so long, we've let people put their limitations on us because they never done it or they've never saw it done, right? And because they've never saw it done, they never tried it themselves. But deep down inside, they know they had that little oomph to try it. They've been seeing it visually. They've been hearing it. That little small voice, they've been hearing it. But because of fear of criticism and what other people might think if it don't work, they never got out there. They never got out there. And so many graveyards are filled with so many gifts and talents that was never exposed to the world. I refuse to let mine be that way. And I'm just praying that I can get some people to just be crazy enough to go with me. Be crazy enough to go with me, man. Because listen, at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can, you can. Whichever way you think, you are absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. And you got to know that. And you got to believe that. And sometimes, like I tell people, you got to go, even if you got to go by yourself, because once you get halfway out there, you're going to realize you're not even by yourself. Because as long as it's you and God, you're going to always be the majority. You did? So, yeah, man, that's what we doing. That is what we doing. And trusting the process, truly trusting the process, and knowing that all of this is a process that I'm going through, because each leg of the journey, I'm getting to learn something new. I'm getting to meet new people. I'm getting to have new experiences. I'm getting to explore new things. I'm getting to, all of this is a journey. Because, listen, give you another analogy. I hope y'all going with me on this, man. Listen, if I'm talking to you, man, talk back to me. Put a 1 in the chat. Say something, please, man. I love y'all. But listen, so here's another analogy, right? So say that your life is like at the end of your life, they're going to show this big old puzzle, which is going to be your obituary, right? They're going to show your obituary. And at the end of your life, that's what it's going to be, this puzzle. Do you realize that every different experience that you got is like a different puzzle piece to your life that they're going to put up, right? And so as we going through life and we going through all these different experiences, the more that we learn, the more that we understand, the more experiences we will get into and be able to understand them better, because of the knowledge and the wisdom that we're continually getting different. Hey, man, just listen. Just think about it. Just think about it, man. It be the people who went all the way through it and didn't have no choice but to go through it. They had to, and they figured out a way to get out of it. Now they out of it, and they standing tall, and they looking good. And people thinking that this was just an overnight thing and everything hunky-dory, not realizing the cold nights with no heater and none of that, no hot water. You feel me? No hot meals, man. Yeah, people don't understand what people done went through, but they went through it because they knew at the end of the day it was something that kept on pushing them, kept on holding them up. It was that fire burning inside their heart that know that, man, this is not it. This is not it. And when you know that this is not it, it's going to continually propel you and push you to something greater. You just got to believe that it's in there, man. A lot of times we don't really think nothing in there, so we don't really pursue nothing greater. And we end up going and work for somebody else that knew that it was something great inside of them. And what I'm learning and understanding, bro, when you give people the power to feed you, you give them the power to starve you. And do you realize that the Creator has placed something strategically, intentionally inside of you for that very purpose, that you can live an abundant life on this earth outside of anybody else? You can do it. He put it inside of you for that very reason, man. So you can figure out, what do you need to do on this earth? You got a purpose, you got a plan, and he's equipped you with the tools and the utensils that you need to do something great, man. You got to go find them, and you got to do what you got to do. And I can guarantee you, your gift going to make room for you. Your gift going to make, hey, it's going to make room for you, and it's going to put you in the presence of great men, man. You ready? Let's go. Let's go, man. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of times we sit, hey, look, man, we sit on our hands, right? Not realizing, man, you got something so great inside of you. And once you figure it out, ball game over with, man. And listen, you're not being whatever the case may be, man, but I can guarantee you, when you know that you know, it's a lot of stuff you're going to just stop doing. It's a lot of places you're going to stop going. It's a lot of people you're going to stop being around, because you're going to realize that all of that is not getting me closer to where I know I'm supposed to be going. Right? Hey, listen, man, this is what I ask myself sometimes. I ask myself 3 questions when I'm going places now. Like, especially if I get there and the vibe ain't right and I feel something off, I ask myself, hey, listen, are you buying anything? Are you selling anything? Or are you networking? Right? Are you networking? If you ain't doing none of them, what is you doing out there, man? You need to go and go home. Ain't nothing out there for you, bro. Go and go to the house. Go and go to the house. And I'll take it in. And we got to know that, man. Listen, life is short, man. Death is real. Yesterday gone, tomorrow not promised. And we got to start taking advantage of the time that we got, man, and start utilizing the tools and the utensils that we got inside of us, man, and really start doing some things so we can, leave our mark, man. We can leave generational wealth, man, to our families, man. Like a lot of the times, the way that we've been living and the way we've been taught to live, the way we've been seeing stuff, that's not the way it's supposed to be, man. I promise you that, right? But because of choices and decisions that we made, people before us made, people before them made, you feel me? Because the choices you make today gonna have a direct influence on your life tomorrow, no matter what that choice is, good or bad. That's what I tell them youngsters, man. Listen, I understand what you're saying, but the choices you make today gonna have a direct influence on your life tomorrow, whether those choices are good or bad, man. And this is the greatest thing about it. The Creator give you free will to choose. You get to choose. You get to make your own choice. Now, if you choose to follow and do what you see other people do, that's the choice you made. You didn't have to make the choice to follow them. You could have stood out and did your own thing, right? You could have, but you didn't. And so you made a choice. And it's the same thing with us, man. We all got a choice, man. We got to make a choice. And at the end of the day, I've chosen to really believe in what the Creator has placed inside of me, man. And I feel like we all got greatness inside of us, man. We just got to tap into it and we got to believe it. It's like having a president in the corner. If all we do is leave it in the corner, that's all we got is a president in the corner. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You feel me? So until we go and pick the president up in the corner, that's all it's going to be is a president in the corner. But let me tell you, it's a president in the corner with your name on it. It got instructions and everything on what to do with what you got. You got to believe that it's in there, man. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen. Y'all already know, man. I love y'all, man. It's coming up on the half of the hour, man. So I just want to tell y'all, like, square business, man. Listen, I love every one of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And most of y'all that's on here with me on these calls, y'all know where I come from, man. Y'all know where I come from, man. But at the end of the day, I need y'all to know one thing. God is real, man. He real. And he want to show you that. And you can do anything you put your mind to, man. But he can only do as much for you as you believe he can do for you, man. And until you truly get to a point to where you sold out and you believe in, hey, listen, man, I know he real. And long as it's me and him, we're going to always be the majority. And you just got to do what you got to do. And you got to believe that, man. And you got to step out there, even if you got to step by yourself. Because once you step out there and you think you by yourself, you're going to realize you got everything you need right out there. And then, listen. And then once you step out there, right? Once you step out there, you turn around and you look. You look and you see who stepped with you. And if ain't nobody step with you, turn around and keep on stepping, man. You good. You good, man. But I can guarantee you, man, it's gonna be people that step with you, man. It's gonna be people that follow your lead, that because they know, right? We getting to a point in life where it's almost coming like a line in the sand. You gotta pick your side, man. You gotta pick your side. Like me, I'm not dealing with no negative energy, no dream downers, none of that, man. Like, we believing for what I know God can do for us, man. Either you gonna believe with me, man, or you can believe by yourself in the corner, man. Hey, I'm willing to help anybody. I love everybody, but I'm not dealing with just everybody no more, man. I've realized how valuable my time is, man, and you gotta realize how valuable your time is. And when you start realizing that, because you got to know, time is the most valuable asset that anybody gonna ever possess. You will never ever get December the 1st, 7/29, 2023. You'll never get that again. You'll get 2024, 2025, but never 2023, man. And when we start realizing how valuable our time is and how God has only let us be down here for a moment, man. You feel me? So you got to understand and discover that greatness and start doing the things you need to do on the earth so you can be the great one that you need to be for you and for your family, man. We all got it. You just got to find it, man. You feel me? So listen, I'm finna pray for y'all. I got to get up out of here. I got a long day today, man. I got to go to my little cousin's funeral. He passed away. Got a funeral in Galveston at 10 o'clock, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I love y'all, man. Heavenly Father, thank you for this group of mighty men and women of God you have called here today. I know they could have been anywhere in the world, but they here with me, and I appreciate that, God. And I just pray right now that you continue to open their eyes of understanding, continue to give them the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding that they need to continue to discover the gift and the talent that you have placed inside of them. Teach them and give them the instructions so they can cultivate it, and give them the direction and the place that they need to go so they can master and give their gift and talent to need in the earth, God. We know that you can do all things. The only thing that you cannot do is fail. So we're just saying thank you right now for everything that you have done, doing, and are going to do, God. And in the mighty name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Amen. Hey, say, listen, man. Listen, man. Hey, it's Friday, man. At the end of the day, man, you got to decide what you want, man, and you got to be willing to go, even if you're going by yourself, because I can guarantee you, your mind is so powerful. You got to realize how powerful your mind is. Your mind is connected with the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, the subconscious mind. They all one, man, right? And when you make up your mind to go, it's going to give you every solution on why you can do it. But the second you start doubting, the second you doubt, man, your mind going to give you every problem. And if you're not strong enough mentally in your mind to push past them doubts, you're going to stop and quit. I've saw it. I've witnessed it. I've experienced it. I've done it. But I knew it every time. I just knew it was something greater. I knew it was something greater. And I'm not quitting this time, man. I'm not quitting this time. I'm going, hey, you see what it said at the bottom? I'm going to get it and coming back with it, man. Who going with me, man? Who going with me? That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, listen, I love y'all, man. I'm finna go. Man. I'm finna go on this beautiful Friday. I'm finna go. But I need y'all to know I love y'all, man. We going to get it and coming back with it, man. Let's go. Let's go. Huh? Let's go, man. We in there.